What's up YouTube? Joel here. Welcome to my channel. This is my first video. The main topic today is going to be MGC. I was at the Midwest Gaming Classic last weekend. It was an awesome show. So much to do there. You had the huge vendor area. More games I've ever seen in one place at one time. Just incredible. Got some pickups to show you from that. There was an arcade area with all kinds of classic arcade machines. You had classic consoles all set up in the basement that you could play. And then the pinball too. The pinball, there was a great showing. A lot of the guys in the pinball league were there. I was able to hang out with them and have a great time. So without further ado, this video's main purpose is going to be my pickups. So let's cut to the pickups. Alright, here we are with the pickups for the show. First of all, we got Final Lap Twin. Found this in the GOAT store in the booth right out the main entrance, and figured I'd finally pick this up. I have the PC Engine version, but it's got RPG elements, so it's a little hard to play without being able to read Japanese. So I got that, and then picked up Keith Courage, and another Keith Courage, and more Keith Courage. Yeah, so I got 3 copies of Keith Courage. You might be wondering why. Who would need 3 copies of Keith Courage? Well, I want to get the cases cleaned up, and I've got a number of games that I'm going to put end labels and make a case for, because there's certain games later in the TurboGrafx lineup that did not come with jewel cases, unfortunately. So we'll get that problem resolved then. Here we've got some Genesis games. Picked a bunch of these up fairly inexpensively. Missing the manual on a number of them, but these are games I just wanted to check out, wanted to play. Mostly shoot 'em ups here. We've got Biohazard Battle, got Whip Rush, Thunder Force 3, Rocket Knight Adventures. I actually had this already, but I wanted to get a copy that was complete in the case to add to my collection. Awesome game. Really loving it. Got, I think, a few levels in, but I got more to play yet. And Subterranea. This one was in excellent shape. Price was right. Actually, it seemed like a pretty cool game. The controls are a little bit hard to master, but liking it so far. And then maybe one of the better deals of the day, searching through a bargain bin, I came across this, Hellfire for $4. Can't beat that for a seismic shooter. Decent shape. Looking forward to popping that in and playing it. And then on the tail end of the Genesis stuff, one of the guys I was talking to, he's like, "Hey, did you look at my stack of manuals I had?" I'm like, "No." So he hands me the stack of manuals, and I was going through them, and it's like, just picked up this recently, missing the manual, so I completed that game. Picked up Garrus recently, so completed that. And I also own Cheeky Cheeky Boys, so it was great to complete 3 awesome games and add these manuals to my collection. Next up, we got a couple odd ones here, just one game for each system. Diddy Kong Racing. Picked it up for a reasonable price. Got in on a deal with a friend, so it sweetened things up a little bit. Rented this a million times as a kid, but never had this in my collection. So finally, there it is. And then for the Game Boy, I've been kind of on a Sunsoft kick here, looking for whatever decent Sunsoft games there are. And I figured I'd pick up Batman. Saw some favorable reviews. Looks like it could be fun. Check it out, see what it's like. And next, found a few Famicom games here. Now, there was one booth that had just a ridiculous amount of stuff. Tons and tons of box Genesis games stacked up in a corner. But then there was also a little box of Famicom games on a shelf, just full of Famicom games. Lots of them but I got there just as someone was cleaning up. They had like a huge stack of games, but they did leave some behind that I was excited to pick up. So here they are. We've got Buggy Popper. This is Bump and Jump in the US. We've got Spelunker. And then we've got Konami Hyper Sports. And then this one I was really excited to find. This is Bird Week. Kind of a bizarre game. You play as a mother bird and watching over a young, feeding them, trying to find food for them, and bringing it back to the nest. So pretty bizarre, but it never came out in the US. And then the last Famicom game, Dodge Denpei. This one, most people would probably overlook this, but it's got a little secret inside. But I'll leave that for you to guess. You can probably see I cracked this open already, popped it open, so post a comment if you think you know why I might have been cracking this open. And I got all those Famicom games for, it was 5 for $10, so couldn't beat the price. Okay, now finally, the majority of what I picked up, which was NES games, and I'll show them to you here. We've got Yo Noid, kind of a weird platformer. Got Rampart, never had this one. Looking forward to playing a little bit of that. And then another Sunsoft game. We got Freedom Force for use with a zapper. So I'll blast me up some terrorists. And these games probably aren't that great, but I remember kind of some childhood memories playing them as a kid. We've got Skate or Die and Skate or Die 2. You can't forget the memorable title screen music. So if you get bored and you haven't heard it, look that up on YouTube. And then we got Gold Medal Challenge, one I haven't seen in the wild. Glad to add that. I thought this was a good deal. Shatterhand, only $10, and I think I worked out a little bit of a deal with the seller too, and he knocked a few bucks off too. Then we got Fester's Quest, another Sunsoft game that I didn't currently have in the collection, so nice to add that. We've got Ninja Kid. Not much to say about Ninja Kid. And then let's see. Next I've got Destiny of an Emperor. I've had this game before, sold it. It's got some great music in it. RPG. So check it out if you get a chance. I really haven't played too much, but definitely looking forward to playing it some. And a couple of the coolest finds I had, and I will save the best for the last here. I've got the Super Mario Bros. 3 challenge set box. Now, he wanted $20 for it, and I already got Mario 3. I have like at least 3 or 4 copies. And he made a deal with me, $8 for the box and the manual. So I've actually got the challenge set. Didn't have the challenge set box, so this will complete that for me. So it was really nice to find that. And then the grand finale here. I'm super happy to find this one. We have River City Ransom. It's not complete in the box, and it's got a little bit of water damage, but paid a reasonable price, $40. The cart is in good shape. A few stickers to remove, but shouldn't be any problem. Get those off. But actually, a couple weeks prior to the show, I had been at a different video game store down in Champaign, Illinois, and one of the games I was buying didn't have a manual. He's like, hey, you can look through the manuals. I'm like, okay. So I was looking through the manuals, and I actually bought this before I bought the game, and picked this up. So I actually have a complete in-box game. I got the manual for, I think it was only like $2. So great find. I was really glad to be able to have a complete in-box copy of this. Wraps it up for my pickups. I think I had a pretty good haul here. Tell me what you guys think. Post down in the comments. Like and subscribe. I want to give also a shout out to Business 17. Justin and Dave, got to meet them. Also got to meet Retro NES Hunter. That was awesome. Another fellow enthusiast and collector. So, and then shout out to all my buddies in the Chicago Pinball Mafia too. And it was great hanging out with them and going to the show together. So, thanks for watching. Bye.